Counters and window panes. Sun is bright, it's a new day, and I feel brand new. All the winter is gone. Seems it's been here so long. I wanna feel like I belong, part of something good. Catching on like a wildfire, feeling for a brand new start. Rain is gone, now it's so much brighter. A new song in my heart.
Good morning and happy Wednesday. It's the 2nd of February today. I have been up since, well, I've been awake since 5, and then I sort of laid in bed for half an hour or so. And I got up and got myself to the gym for 6:30, which I'm super pleased with. And I had a really good workout. I did a 3K run. I did a 5-minute sort of rowing machine session, which I don't know about you, but I always find the rowing machine quite boring. So I try and put my all into it and set like a time to aim for. And then I did, I think it was a 10 or a 15-minute bike workout, and then I did 10 lengths in the pool to cool down. So I remembered to take a picture of my overall workout on my watch, on my Apple Watch, so I'll insert a photo of that here. So I've closed my exercise ring for today already, which I'm so pleased about. Yesterday I was on track and I managed to close my exercise ring. However, it was a bit of a mission. I was in the studio yesterday and work took longer than I anticipated, so I was there a lot longer than I thought it was going to be, and I'd scheduled to go for an afternoon swim, but by the time I got home I was really hungry and I felt like really exhausted. I started my period on Monday night, and I think it might have been that. I think I need to maybe look at sort of like supplementing my iron or something around my hormonal time of the month, because I just felt mentally and physically drained. I was so exhausted. So when I got home I had a few rice cakes with some peanut butter on, and it didn't leave me a mass amount of calories for my dinner. I had a stir fry which I made from scratch this time, and it was yummy with some beef, and then I had enough calories left over to have a hot chocolate with a bit of squirty cream and some marshmallows. So I managed to stay on track, but it was a mission because I was just in the mood to eat. I just really fancied eating, and it wasn't because I was hungry, it was because I just wanted to. But I managed to distract myself enough to not do it, and I didn't give in to my cravings. I was stronger than my excuses, so I'm super pleased about that. And I had obviously my workout ring to close. I'm setting myself this goal to try and close it every day of February, which is probably a little bit ambitious, but I really want to do it. So I ended up doing a hoop workout, and I did sort of like some sit-ups and push-ups and things like that until my exercise ring was closed at like 7:30 last night. But I'm really pleased I did it. It wasn't like the most strenuous workout, but it was a workout and I closed my ring, so I'm super happy that although yesterday I was really wanting to just eat and I just wasn't feeling it, I still managed to stay on track.
Good morning.
Good morning from a gym babaroon. So yeah, going alright. And today obviously was a massive success. If every day could be like this morning, if I could have a morning like this and just repeat it, I'll be really happy with that. And as you've just seen, I've had my breakfast. I had some, I had 30 grams of bran flakes with 100 millilitres of almond milk, and I also had a chocolate caramel brownie protein shake. So delicious. And I had a green tea, and that has set me up for the day. I've got a nice full tummy. I know 100% it's going to keep me nice and full throughout the morning. I've got loads to do today. I've got a load of work to do, and my mama needs she needs to go to the shop, so I'm going to go do that in and around all my other sort of like tasks and to-do lists of the day. But I can put a massive tick next to my workout and calorie goal, because that's more than likely going to be closed as well, so it's all good. But yeah, I'm gonna go get ready now, but happy Wednesday.
Counters and window panes, sun is bright, it's a new day, and I feel brand new. All the winter is gone, seems it's been here so long. I wanna feel like I belong, part of something good. Catching on like a wildfire, feeling for a brand new start. Rain is gone, now it's so much brighter, a new song in my heart.
So I'm just getting ready, and I thought I would chat to you guys about something that I have unintentionally been keeping a bit of a secret. I don't know why I didn't mention this in my 2022 sort of like goals. It definitely was a conscious resolution that I had made. I think I just didn't want to put too much pressure on myself right at the beginning of the year and sort of just announce all these things that I was doing. But before Christmas, I decided that I wanted to stop drinking for a number of reasons. Main one was that when I reflected over last year, I feel like the times where I could have succeeded more was always somewhat resolved around alcohol and drinking and being hungover. So that was obviously one sort of like catalyst to my decision. I'm not sure if I've ever mentioned this in a video before, but when I drink alcohol, I also smoke. So that was something that I was really sort of conscious on wanting to stop. And it had also sort of eked into sort of daily life as well. And I was really keen to kick that habit. It's not something I've done sort of like a lifelong habit. I started around the age of 28. Having not smoked a cigarette in my life prior to that. And then I went through a phase of being like a full-time smoker, and then a social smoker, and then sort of the odd one when I was fancying it or when I was stressed. But I definitely always drank when I always had a cigarette when I smoked. So it was just kind of like, and I hate it. I really don't like it. I don't enjoy it. So, but it's become sort of like an like habitual thing to do alongside drinking. A couple of other things and other reasons that sort of like led me onto this decision was that drinking is probably one of the worst things I can do to encourage inflammation in my body. When I've had alcohol, I definitely notice the day after, a couple of days after, that my legs are heavier, my legs are more sore, I'm feeling very sluggish, and then all the other sort of like obvious things that come along with drinking. And I had like, last year I massively cut down. The year prior, so in 2020, I was drinking, oh, I've just accidentally started a workout. How have I done that? I'm gonna stop that. Oh. Yeah, in 2020, I was drinking a lot more than I've ever probably done. I've never really had a huge issue with alcohol, such as like I wouldn't have ever classed myself an alcoholic. I definitely, you know, used alcohol to make me feel more socially comfortable. I've definitely used alcohol to numb a bad day. So I think that's pretty much like why everybody drinks. So to be honest, I don't think anybody drinks because they really enjoy it. Well, I suppose you get people who are really into sort of like their craft beers and their wines and stuff, but it's very rare you get somebody that drinks just because they just like the taste of it or whatever. There's usually some kind of reason behind it. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing, because if you're okay with drinking, it can just enhance the positive experience you're having. So I don't have any judgment on anyone at all for their choices. But there was a time where I was drinking too much, let's just say, and it was becoming a problem. And it was just before I started my weight loss journey and just before I started my channel that I sort of like implemented a new structure, kind of like a new, I just said this needed to change, because if I hadn't have changed it, then it just wasn't going anywhere pretty, let's just say. So yeah, obviously massively cut down and reduced what I was drinking, and that was that. So I'd noticed the last time I drank was the week in the run up to Christmas. I think it was like the Monday or the Tuesday before, and I'd been out with some friends on an occasion before that. Let's just say the last couple of months of drinking, I'd noticed something as well. Another thing, when I had a drink, I would get really intense headaches, like half an hour or so after having a first drink, and I just wouldn't feel very well. So I don't know what that was about, but it was definitely something I noticed every time that I was having a drink. And to be honest, I never really felt like it was totally necessary to be drinking. I always felt like I could be having just as much fun without it. I do suffer with anxiety, and don't get me wrong, when I go to sort of like weddings or social events or things like that, a couple of glasses of alcohol to sort of give me a bit of Dutch courage was always something that I would do. But sometimes it would have the opposite effect. Sometimes it would make me feel more nervous about it or more on edge. So yeah, for a few reasons, I decided that I was going to have a year no beer, or 1 year alcohol free. And obviously, in turn, if I'm not drinking, I'm not smoking. So I don't ever want to smoke again. It's not like a desire. Like, I don't think, oh yeah, I really want to smoke. So that habit I want to kick forever. Drinking, I don't know. The idea of this is to have a year where I can give my body a break, a good break, like, because I've had like a few like months or a couple of months without it, but nothing over that like time frame. So the idea is to see how I feel, like see if I notice any improvements with my legs, and any improvements. I mean, it's obvious, isn't it, that there's bound to be improvements with my health. But yeah, I just decided to do it. I thought, I'm going to take the plunge, and you know, I've had a bit of apprehension from Jim, thinking that I might be taking on a bit too much, but for the most part, obviously he is supporting my decision, and my friends have been incredibly supportive. I was actually a little bit apprehensive about telling people, but you know, it wasn't something that I could just keep to myself, because that would have been silly, you know. Going to events and saying I'm not drinking and stuff probably would have made people think I was maybe pregnant or something, and I didn't want that. And I also I'm learning to be more open about my feelings and about the things that I want to do. Not that it's hard to talk to my friends. I just don't come from a background of a family that sit down and talk about your feelings and talk about your problems and, you know, get it out and say this is what I'm doing. I feel quite awkward in that environment. And also I just wasn't sure how people were going to take it, because like I said, I'm not my skin's quite sensitive. I should have probably had a day without any makeup because it's quite sore. So yeah, I was a little bit come here. Floss is stealing tissue out of my waste paper bin, so if you can hear something like in the background, it's Floss ripping up tissue. This is like very difficult. I don't know why I chose getting ready to sit down and talk about this subject, because I feel like I'm incredibly distracted. But yeah, basically I told my friends and they were so supportive, and I'm so happy I did, even to the point of it's mine and my best friend Roxy's birthday, very close together. So usually we'll do something, we've been known to have like a little get together as like a joint party and stuff. And I just wasn't, my view on this sort of like situation is that I don't want to not still go to like events and go and hang out with my friends and stuff if they're drinking. I still want to go, I just don't want to drink. And I don't think there's any sort of like issue with that, but I just didn't know how I was going to feel so early on to making the commitment. I obviously don't want to put myself in an environment where I might be, I don't think anybody would encourage me to drink, but I might encourage myself, because I really want to do this. I do really want to do it, but it's just one of them situations where until you're in that environment, you don't know how you're going to act and you don't know how you're going to feel. And then also having anxiety in certain social situations. Also, get out of my bin. You are naughty. Oh, where can I put that? Put it over here. No, don't go in the bin. There's not things in there to eat, you silly sausage. Ugh. Get my thing. Stop it now. Be a good girl. Be a good... No. No. This is a disaster. I just went to tell Floss off to try and stop her going in the bin, and dipped my hair in my coffee that has been there since yesterday. So now my hair smells like coffee. Did it go on my jumper? No, I think we're good. Oh my god, where was I? What was I saying? Yeah, I was just a bit sort of like, I wasn't sure how I was going to feel in them situations, and because I know it's something I want to do, I want to give myself the best chance of achieving this goal, because it is quite a biggie, isn't it? You know, saying, I think it's one thing saying I'm only going to drink like once a month, or I'm only going to drink at social events, but it is a bit of a big deal saying I'm going to not drink at all and give up smoking, go complete all in all year. So yeah, but I just knew, I know it's the best thing for me. I know it will, it's what I need to do in a sense. So yeah, I just felt like just do it, just you know you want to do it, you know it's gonna benefit you, you know it's the right thing to do, so just go for it. So I have. Floss is being so distracting. A very naughty dog. What are you doing, eh? She's leaving now. She's got the monk on. So the last drink I had was, I think I'm 6 weeks now. Alcohol and smoke free. I'm just gonna have a look in my... So it was the 27th. No, it wasn't. It was the 20th of December, let's say, the last time that I had a drink. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It was six weeks yesterday. I've gone without a drink or a cig, so I am very happy with that. And in that time, I had obviously had my birthday. I didn't drink over Christmas or New Year at all, and then it was my birthday, didn't have a drink on my birthday, and then my friend Roxy, it was her birthday, and we went to York for the day. They planned, my friend Bridie had planned a bottomless brunch to celebrate, and sort of like a day into the evening in York. And when I first heard about it, I was a little bit like, felt a little bit uncomfortable for a few reasons. One of the reasons is I'm a little bit sort of like, I'm such an overthinker, and I overthink situations to the point of all possibilities that could go wrong. And I kind of decided that it probably wasn't a good idea to get the train in with them and to sort of like stay out all day and all evening, because the plan was to get the last train back from York. So I just was thinking, I don't want to not go, because I really love my friend and I don't want to not celebrate her birthday with her. I really want to go do that. But it would mean I don't think it would be good for my happiness to stay out all day and into the evening, because it's like a drink. When I think when you're out having a drink, the time goes really quickly. If there was like activities and stuff, probably wouldn't have been so bad, but I was just thinking, like, I don't think that's going to work for sort of like me right at this moment in time. So I decided I was going to go for a few hours, but that would mean me going on my own. And I do like really sort of like overthink situations, like, well, what if I get to York and I can't find any parking spaces because I'm in a huge van? It's a little bit more difficult to park in city centres because most of them have height restrictions. So what if I can't find a parking space? What if I can't find the place because I'm walking on my own? And I know it's all ridiculous things and probably seems like quite pathetic, but these are like things that my anxiety like to emphasize and make quite difficult for me. And then also the fact that, like, how am I going to feel? Am I going to feel really awkward sat there, you know, drinking a mocktail when my friends who I'm used to going out with and having like drinks with are getting drunk? Like, I just didn't know. It was the unknown. I've never done that before, so I suppose that's like a normal thing to feel a bit anxious about. But I went and I had a really lovely time. Everything was fine. There was no issues with like parking or anything like that. There was no issues with finding the place. I had a really lovely time with them. I didn't feel awkward at all. I didn't feel sort of like left out. I didn't feel like I was sort of like being looked upon like a weirdo or anything. I felt fine. I had a really lovely time. And then I drove myself home. I didn't have a hangover the next day. And although I actually ended up having a bit of an off-track weekend, if I had a drank that day, I know that I'd have been suffering with my legs. I wouldn't have gone to the gym on Monday. I probably would have eaten thousands of calories more than what I actually had. So far, it's a huge success, and I'm really pleased with myself for deciding to take the commitment of doing it. One of the reasons I haven't sort of like spoke about it until now as well is because I didn't want to put any more pressure on people. I feel like January is already like quite a pressured month. I think it's easy for us to look at what other people are doing, and it makes us feel like we should be doing more, or, you know, it just makes us look at our lifestyle and what we're doing and reflect on that. And the drinking thing, I know that there's a lot of people that have problems with drinking, and I think I just didn't want to be that person that came on in January and was like, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, you know, I'm stopping drinking, I'm stopping smoking, rah, 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 and just make anybody feel like pressured. I just didn't want to do it. So, but then I also didn't want to not share it with you, because it is a huge part of my wellness journey. It's a huge part of how I'm going to get to the point where I'm losing weight for my lifestyle, because it was impacting it a little bit. So it was just a little change that I needed to make for me, and I did want to share it with everybody. And I suppose it's still massively early days, isn't it? I'm feeling a lot better now that I've gone to like a couple social events and felt fine. I think the more that happens, the more at ease I'm going to be with not drinking in general, because to be honest, the only things that I feel like I'm going to miss is myself and Jim have such a laugh when we have a drink. We really do. We have like such fun evenings and nights, playing karaoke, playing games and all that kind of stuff. But it doesn't mean that we can't still have fun. We can still do these things. It just means I'm just not gonna be getting in the way of my weight loss journey while doing it, I suppose. And who knows, after this year I might go, yeah, I did it, I succeeded, but you know what, it wasn't that like beneficial, so I am now going to start drinking again on social occasions and whatnot. But I might get to the end of it and go, that was like the key that opened the door to the next most important chapter of my life. So I think, you know, I'm hoping that I'm going to be on this planet for a lot longer. I'm 33, so if I lived my entire years again and got to 66, what the hell is 1 year, you know? If it's going to make the rest of my life the most fulfilled and happy I can be, because my health is so important to me, how I feel about my body is so important to me, and that's not me saying you have to lose weight to live a fulfilled and healthy life, but I want to do that to live my best life, because I'm not currently happy with my body. I want to be able to do more physically. I want to be able to feel confident and healthy and happy, and probably the most important thing is I don't want my lipedema to grow and to get to the point where I can't walk, because I know ladies that are in that predicament now, and I have a chance to stop that from happening. So I just feel like I owe it to myself to not let that happen, because you know, I do love walking. I love sort of like living my life to the full. Don't get me wrong, I do love a cozy weekend in front of the TV, or just like reading or pottering around. But I also love going on hikes and going swimming and you know, going on holiday, exploring the world. So yeah, my future has a potential that would not happen, that can be taken away from me, and I don't want that to happen. So yeah, I just thought I'd come on and chat a bit about it while doing a really bad job of getting ready. But I don't know, we'll see how it goes. So far so good. Like I said, you know, I'm feeling much better in a few sort of like aspects, in a few ways. It's obviously not affected my weight loss in terms of like just stopping drinking and losing weight, but I think eventually it will really help, and it will really aid my success this year. So yeah, just wanted to let you know, just wanted to let you guys in, because I do find my little community on here, my friends on here, so supportive, and just so helpful and encouraging. And I don't really want to keep any secrets or keep anything back. I do want to be open and let you guys know everything that's going on. I don't think I've had like massive struggles. There has been times I could really do it with a haircut. I think I've got one booked in the next week, so that's good. But there has been times where I have sort of like craved a little bit of a drink or something, or a cigarette or something, but I don't think so far it's been enough to want to pick up the camera and have a bit of a like a moan about, or sort of like feel like there's anything really insightful. I think the way I do sort of like best with my goals is when I just kind of get them done. I know that sounds really silly. I do feel like my channel and my account is really helping me in terms of my like commitment and keeping me accountable. I don't think I would have like weighed in every Friday for the last year had I not been doing this, and I don't think I would be 2 stone lighter, and all the sort of like achievements over the last year that I've done, I don't think I would have achieved them. So yeah, massive ramble. I basically just wanted to come on and say I've stopped drinking, I've stopped smoking, but yeah, I suppose like with anything with me, it goes a little bit deeper than that. So hopefully that's why you guys are here and you enjoy my massive long rambles into it. Like I said, I want to get more into sort of emotional eating, why we eat when we are not necessarily hungry. What is it about the food that we like and we can't resist? What is it? What is it? What is it? I want to find that out. And I want to sort of like, ultimately, I think I want to go through these struggles and come out the other side with a bunch of knowledge that I can come on here and say, this is what I found out, you know, this is my little sort of like case study, and here's my results and here's how I did it. So hopefully one day I'll be able to do that. But for now, I think I'm gonna go and make myself a cup of coffee and crack on with my work. It is now 4:25 and I am just on my way home from Leeds. It's a bit trafficky, so I reckon it'll take a little bit longer than usual. I'm quite hungry today. I did pick myself up one of these Fulfill chocolate, peanut and caramel vitamin and protein bars. And I've also got one of these Califia cold brew coffees, which I'll be eating and drinking on my way home to give me a little bit of energy in order to make my dinner later, because I'm so tired. I'm so tired. I've got some work that I need to do when I get back. I've had work to do while I've been out as well. I've kind of been trying to multitask as best I can. I keep getting a little bit of a headache, and I don't know whether that's just hormonal because I'm on my period or what's going on with that, but it's no fun at all. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna go and somewhat have a little bit of downtime while driving home and enjoy my snacks.
On like a wildfire, feeling for a brand new start. Rain is gone now, it's so much brighter. A new song in my heart. Rain is gone now, it's so much brighter. A new song in my heart. Storm is over, it's a new morning, it's something beautiful, oh so wonderful. I can feel it now, sun comes through the clouds, it's a...
So I actually finished dinner quite a while ago now. It's now 25 to 8. I've just been sort of like sat on the sofa trying to get the energy to come up and finish today's vlog. I have input a hot chocolate. I'm going to have the Belgian chocolate salted caramel flavour. I'm going to have that with a little bit of oat milk and 15 grams of squirty cream. And I've also input a couple of segments of this sea salted caramel. I'm in a very chocolatey mood this evening, so very much looking forward to that. I still feel quite full from my soup, so I'll probably have it in a little while I'm editing. It's very late, so I'm very sorry that this video is going to go up probably quite late tonight, depending on how long it takes to export and whatnot. But anyway, if you have enjoyed today's video, please give it a thumbs. Oh, actually, I'm totally forgetting to end the day. So yeah, like I said, I've popped in a cup of hot chocolate and some segments of chocolate for my dessert. I am pretty sure I have shown you everything that I have eaten today in the video. So I have gone over slightly on my carbs by 31 grams. I've got 14 grams of fibre remaining, 47 grams of protein remaining, and 85 calories left, which I more than likely won't eat because, like I said, I've already input my dessert, so that should be plenty. So if you have enjoyed today's video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up because it really helps my channel and gives me all the support. If you haven't done so already, hit subscribe and I'll send you over some happy vibes. And until next time's video, stay happy, healthy and well. I love you all. Bye bye.
Oh, the lights playing games on all the counters and windows.